Hi, welcome back to my channel. This is Jennifer Scrappy and Kane. Today I'm playing along with 30 Days of Sketches, Series 19, Christie's Beautiful Life. Today's sketch is by Sherry Stewart, and I will have her information down below. I have two photos of my son with my goddaughter and my niece at the pumpkin patch. This was a while back, almost 10 years ago, actually. Um, I do have a couple of photos already scrapbooked of the same event, but I need a few of them because I want to put one in each of their albums. So it's okay that I'm scrapbooking them again. I'm showing you the scraps that I have left of this Carta collection from the Scraproom that I am trying to work through because I absolutely love it. This is almost the last layout. There will be one more layout with it, and that will be up on the 8th. And I will show you everything that I have left of it, which is not very much. But I will show you all the layouts I created with it also. So here I'm going to get started on the layout. I'm going to turn the sketch just slightly to the left. And I'm going to lay, since my photos are vertical instead of portrait, I'm going to do it that way instead. And that'll work out better for my embellishments also. So here I'm leaving in the inking process of the papers for this particular video, just because I've had a few people ask me about it, and this is how I do it. I know a lot of people use the dauber and they rub it on the ink and then they rub it on the paper. I've found it easier to actually hold both in my hands like this, and I rub the ink pad across the paper and then I blend it in with the dauber. And usually I do this with StazOn ink, black, instead of Distress Oxide, just because Distress Oxide takes a little bit longer to dry. I won't use Distress Oxide on photos because I have smeared it on the photo before, and I hate when that happens. So I will use StazOn chestnut brown for the photos once I get started on, or once I get to those. First, I'm going to do all the papers, and just showing the process so that you can see how it's done. I think it adds a really cool effect to the layout without doing a whole lot of work. Of course, it's a little bit time consuming to ink up all of the papers, but when you're going to use multiple pattern papers together or multiple embellishments, I think it helps separate them. So that's why I do it. So as you can see, I went ahead and did the photos, and I'm going to get started putting everything together. The photos are slightly different sizes. I believe the one with the three of them is a little bit wider than the one with just the two girls. And that's just because I was able to trim one down a little bit more than the other. And I needed them to be just a little bit smaller so that I could add all of the embellishments that I plan on adding. And mainly that's because I wanted to use up the stickers. And I still have a few stickers left for the last layout. And it's going to work out perfectly. So here I have that beautiful plaid paper that I love. And then the leaf paper I'm going to lay right across the middle. I believe in the sketch she shows two papers, top and bottom. So instead of doing it that way, I laid it across the middle. And then I'm going to put my two photos slightly apart from each other. She shows them overlapping. If I would have left the extra part of the picture on there, I would have been able to overlap them. But it's okay. I think it turns out great. I love the way this layout turns out, and I didn't overlap them. That little sign says Pumpkin Patch, and I had quite a few of the little pumpkin stickers left. So I'm going to add all the little pumpkins right here. I'm going to add this little sticker word label from the sticker sheet, and it says, "Fall days are fun days." And there's going to be lots of wordy bits on here, but I think they complement each other, and I think everything turns out okay, even though, there's lots of different words on the layout. So here I'm using the Stays On ink to ink up the sticker since it was solid. It didn't have white around it. I use Stays On because it dries faster and it doesn't smear. And stickers are usually a slick surface. So this one here I pieced together on the sticker sheet. It actually has like the darker green color around the frame, and I wanted it to be the red color instead. So I used another sticker and made it work. And it says, "Autumn days are here again." And again, another wordy bit, but that's what's in the collection. So I'm going to go with it. This cute little scarecrow and a leaf I got up here. And there is a little scarecrow in the photo right behind the girls. You can see him. And I just love the scarecrows in this collection. There's another little pumpkin stand, and it says pumpkins, and it has all kinds of little pumpkins on it. So I popped it up on play foam, and then I'm going to add this one here, which is pretty much my title, and it says fall is in the air. And then I'm going to tuck in some little leaves and a little sunflower over here on the bottom left corner of the stand. And again, I'm just adding little pops of color and little details. So I just want to use up all the stickers that I possibly can. I was deciding if I'm going to use enamel dots or not. I do want to use them, but not just yet. I was looking at the sticker letters, trying to figure out if I could spell all of their names. And I can if I spell out Virginia, and then I'm going to spell Jackie instead of Jacqueline, and I will spell Julian. So there's only, two I's, two N's, two A's, I believe, or no, there's three A's. So luckily I didn't need more than three A's. But the I's, I needed four I's. Well, I ended up using the number one down at the bottom for the other two I's. Now I'm taking a black Sharpie marker and I'm tracing around each of those sticker letters as a solid. So I'm not going around the individual letters, but only the individual word or name in this case. And I'm going to add a little like stitchy, swiggly line, and that was just something to add stitching detail. I was showing you what I have left on the stickers. I have quite a few of the stickers left, but like I said, I'll have one more layout because I was not able to finish it off even with this layout here. And mainly it's because I absolutely love this collection. So the next layout is going to be a really good one, and one that I usually do if I love the collection. So here I tore that leaf paper, and I'm going to add a little torn section at the top and the bottom. That is not in the sketch, but I think it adds a nice little detail to my layout. So here I'm just adding a little bit more ink there, and then I will hold it up for a little close-up, and you will see in the photos there is a little squirrel down at the bottom. I thought I had put him on, but I found him on my desk. So obviously he got stuck somewhere else and I forgot about him. But I did find him when I went to go take pictures, and then I remembered the enamel dots. So I'm going to add a few of those around the layout. And like I said, the little squirrel will be there in the close-ups. So here's a little close-up, and you can see that little inking detail. It helps just separate the papers. And then the stitching around the letters, and there's the little squirrel. So I think this layout turned out super cute. I will leave links down below to the scrap room and to 30 Days of Sketches. And thank you so much, Sherry, for the sketch. It was wonderful. Thank you. Bye.